So who has wandered into my web? A human? So far below the earth, in my quaint little lair. Oh, but you smell of the surface, my dear. Tell me, how did you find your way all the way down in my little nest? What? Looking for a treasure? Oh, my poor darling, there's not been any treasure down here for many, many years. Just myself and my beautiful brood of spiders. But, you poor little thing, how long have you been down here? But that will not do at all. You must be so hungry, tired, and your clothes, they're soaked through with damp. Oh, no, 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 that will not do at all. Not here in my domain. Take off your clothes. I'll get you something more appropriate to wear in my presence. No, don't be shy. Trust me, you have nothing that I've never seen before. And believe me, I have seen it all. Yes. Ah, that's much better. Let's see what I can find in here. Oh, no, not a ball gown. I don't think it would quite suit you. Here, it is a tunic of some prince that came here many, many years ago. Forgive me if it is not your size. He was quite a formidable specimen indeed. Oh, now, darling, do not worry. Your fate will be much more different to his. You see, I have grown weary of capturing prey, luring men into my web with shiny treasures. Oh, when I was a young woman, it was all I spent my time doing. Bringing down fine, breedable men into my lair and wrapping them up and having my way with them. Oh, how wonderful it was. But no, I am far too old for that now. I have, what you would say, retired from that lifestyle. I have bred much more than any other arachne. And, to be quite honest, I'm quite tired of giving birth to all those little spiderlings. Motherhood takes quite a lot out of you, even when you just have to lay the egg sacs. But you did not come here for my life story, of course. Come and sit in my web. I will make you very comfortable. Here, I'm sure I can find you a nice juicy fly, or perhaps a centipede for you to eat. You do eat those, you humans, yes? I'm sure you'll enjoy it. They are quite wonderful this time of year. Ripe and juicy. Here, eat, please. My hospitality knows no bounds. Whether spider or human, all may find a seat in my table of webs. Make yourself comfortable, my darling, and Mother Spider will take good care of you. Perhaps you would like some water to drink. Here, let me collect some of the dewdrops. Oh, the water down here is fine. It drips down from the springs that come from the mountains and runs in deep underground rivers. They are quite a spectacular sight to see. But forgive me, I am rambling again. You did not come down here for a lesson on subterranean ecosystems. Please eat and drink. Yes. Good. Make yourself at home here amongst my webs. Oh, but you poor darling, you are exhausted, surely. I see the bags underneath your eyes, and they do not lie to me. Come here, let me take you in my many arms. Oh, let me hold you close. Mother Spider will take care of you. Do not worry, my dear little darling. Let me wrap you up in a web, so silken and warm. Oh, you will be so cozy. There is no better blanket than one woven from the silk of a spider. Of that you can be sure. There. Is that not the most comfortable you've ever been? Wrapped up securely and warm in the silken web of blankets. Oh, is it not divine to be nestled against your dear Mother Spider's breast? You may stay with me as long as you wish down here, you beautiful little human. To be true, you are wonderful company, and Mother Spider loves to take care of her guests. Sleep now, my dear. Rest cozy and warm, nestled in my bosom, and wrapped securely in your silken blankets. I will sing you the song that I have sung to my tens of thousands of hatchlings over these many long years. And you will sleep, and when you awake, you will be more comfortable and rested than you have been in a very long time.
Oh, I'm so sorry, my dear. I did not mean to wake you. You just looked so cold, and I thought that perhaps you'd like to be wrapped up a bit tighter into my web. Ah, but this is much better. No, you were twisting and turning so. But now you are wrapped up much tighter and more comfortably. Let me just start at your feet and work my way up to your legs and your knees, around your hips and your waist, all the way up past your chest and your neck, so tight in my cocoon. Shh, 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 shh. There you are, my dear. Let me too wrap up your head. It can get very chilly here in my lair during the cold nights. There. How wonderful. Now you are wrapped all the way from your toes to your head, even about your neck and your forehead, leaving nothing but your ears and eyes and nose. Isn't that much tighter and more comfortable? Ah, yes. I'm sure you must feel much more comfortable now. But do not fear. Lie there in your tight little cocoon and let Mother Spider take care of all your worries. Let me cradle you in my bosom. Oh, my sweet child. You never have to leave me if you don't want to. I will always be here, from today and every day onwards, to wrap you up in my white sticky web. Oh, let me hold you tight, sweet child, my beautiful little pet, stuck in my web, unable to move, unable to go anywhere, just as you like it, and just as it should be. but forgive me. I will get you some food and drink again, and take good care of you down here in my lair. And perhaps you may meet some of my daughters down here in my lair. But you must be careful around them. I have given up the dangerous and murderous life of an arachne, but my daughters not so much. They are as dangerous and wild as ever a spider girl was. They live in neighboring caves. It is good that you did not stumble upon one of them instead of me. No, Mother Spider will not hurt you. I only want a companion to care for now that all of my children have left my nest. But should one of my daughters ever visit, you must hide and take heed, for they are forever searching for the next mate to take into their cave. Wrap them up, mate with them for days and days on end, until their fertile bodies have taken in enough seed to conceive tens of thousands of children. And then, their favorite part, devouring their helpless mate, all tied up in their web. Ah, those were the good old days. Sometimes I do miss it. But I am far too old for that nonsense now. So you have nothing to fear from me. Should one of my daughters ever visit, though, you best be careful. I will do my best to hide you, no fear. And I'm sure as long as I'm here, you'll come to no harm. But now, let me unwrap your mouth just a tiny bit, so I may feed you and give you something wonderful to drink. Oh yes, it has been a long time since I have enjoyed a meal with another. At least, another that was not also the meal. Oh, but do not look at me like that. You must laugh too. You know that Mother Spider would never do anything to hurt her beautiful little pet. I enjoy your company far, far too much. Oh, please try this one. This cockroach is absolutely divine. They are in season and especially ripe now. Oh, though they are tricky to catch sometimes. Perhaps I am just getting older and slower. I suppose only time will tell. But do not worry. There is plenty of food and drink down here, and you shall never go hungry when Mother Spider is here to take care of you. My darling child, let me hold you more. Oh, come close to me. Let me hug you tight to my breast, all wrapped up, warm and safe in your sticky cocoon of cobwebs. Oh, how I do miss having children. But you, my pet, will do very nicely. Oh, let me hold you close. Oh, you have not been here for long, my dear, and yet I do not know what I would do without you. You are my wonderful little pet, and I do hope that you will stay with me forevermore. Mother, oh mother, where are you? Your dear daughter has come to visit you. Where are you, dear mother? I do hope that I have not missed you. Hello? Is anybody there? Oh, but your lair is empty. Trust of all the days I decide to visit, my dear mother decides to go out from her lair. It is not often that she does so. Mother, are you there? Where could you possibly have gotten to? Ah, but what on earth is that? Something large and wrapped up tightly in your web. Oh, and look how it wiggles. Oh, there is a smell of men flesh in here. Oh, mother, have you left a tasty little snack for your daughter? Oh, you always did bring the best snacks, mother. But let us see. It shan't hurt to unwrap this morsel just a tiny bit to see what we have in here. Mother will never know. Oh, but who are you? Tasty little thing, all wrapped up and helpless, left here by my careless mother. But it would be rude of me to eat her morsel. No matter how good you may smell or look. Oh, do not struggle. My mother was the best there ever was at weaving a tight web, and you shan't escape from her. That I know for certain. But where on earth did my mother get a tasty little morsel such as you? I thought that she had given up the life that I and my sisters lead, the life of hunting down human men to mate with for days,
sometimes weeks, getting impregnated with thousands of wonderful little spider children, and then devouring him. Oh, what a wonderful life it is to lead. But my mother has not laid eggs for some time now. So what on earth are you doing here? You tasty little man. Your sweat, it smells of fear. Oh, poor thing. But do not tell me that my poor old mother has been keeping you here for so long. And for what? Keeping you as a pet? A plaything? Oh, oh, she is wicked. I know if I had you, I wouldn't be able to resist wrapping you up in my web oh so tight and having you father countless children with me. But our time together would be fleeting. It wouldn't be long before my scratchy little legs would wrap around you, and you'd feel the fuzzy embrace of my body as I ripped your head from your shoulders and sucked out the sweet nectar from within. Oh, I can taste it now. Ah, but it is a shame. You are a pretty one, and you would give me such beautiful children. Surely Mother would not mind. I just had you but a few times. Daughter, what are you doing here? Get away from him. You hussy. You go and find your own man. You've plenty to choose from out there. You've no need to take mine. Go now. Be a good girl and listen to your mother. That may be a first for you. Why are you here in my lair, bothering my esteemed guests? Oh, Mother, trust you to keep a human man wrapped up here in your web and not make any good use of him. I simply came to visit you after all this time. How am I to know that the man you have wrapped up in your web is some special little pet of yours? But it is no bother. I will return later when you have settled yourself down and gotten rid of this little morsel. Look at him. He looks like he's been here for weeks, and you've neither mated with him nor eaten him. Such a waste of good man flesh. Oh, be gone with you now. My poor daughter. You will understand when you're older. Oh, my dear pet. Did she hurt you? No. Oh, good. But she has unwrapped you quite a bit. I do hope she did not disturb you in any way. You are almost free of my web. That is no good at all. Oh, come to me. Come to your mummy, and I will take care of you, you poor little thing. You must be so shaken up. I have warned you that my daughters can be quite feisty this time of year especially. Oh, come to me and let me warm you in my body. Come here. Come and lie on my stomach. It's okay. You are free from my web now. We best make good use of it. Ah, that is good. Climb up onto my stomach. Yes, there you go. Feel how soft and furry and warm I am. Oh, lie there in the warmth, my dear, and let me place each one of my 8 legs over you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Feel as they squeeze you against me, in the warmth of my body, in my tight embrace. Oh, my dear, I will never let you go. I think perhaps that I would like to stay like this for a while. Feel you pressed up against me. Do you not wish to stay here inside your mother's warmth? Oh, good boy. Stay with me. Stay with Mommy, and I will keep you warm and safe. And then, when you have fallen asleep, I will wrap you up tight again in my soft web, so that you may sleep once more. Good night, my dear, my sweet little pet. Know that your mother will love you forever and always. Good night, my dear. Shh. Be quiet. If you scream, I will have to kill you straight away. My mother can do nothing to save you now. Lie still. Do not struggle while I drag you in your little cocoon. Do not worry. We are far away from my mother's lair now, and you shall come with me back to my home, and there, my tasty morsel, we will have lots and lots of fun together. But my, you are heavy. Mother must have been feeding you well down there in her cave. All the better for me, I suppose. I do like them thicker. Oh, I can smell you from here, my dear. Ah, you are getting heavy. I will carry you the rest of the way on my back, rather than drag you along the forest floor. After all, we wouldn't want your cocoon getting damaged so that you could escape. Now, would we? Up you get. There. That is much better. I may have 8 legs, but they still do get tired. But do not worry. We are nearly at my lair. It is wonderful there, and you will love it. It is far more modern and appealing than my mother's old lair. Really, she does need to upgrade. She's been in that old cave for hundreds of years now. I don't know how she doesn't tire of the decor. Ah, here we are. Do you see? Oh. Let me remove the cobwebs from your eyes. There, just up ahead, that old magnificent temple. Oh, how beautiful it is. Down there, in the main chamber, that is where I have made my home. Is it not so beautiful? How the moonlight shines on the rocks and the marble and makes it glisten. Ah, it is a much better improvement than my mother's dingy lair. How did you end up there anyway? Looking for treasure down there. Oh, you poor thing. I can't imagine who told you there was treasure down there. Perhaps someone that didn't quite like you so much. But come, let me make you comfortable in my home. There we are. It is nice and dark down here, isn't it? It is perhaps not as big as my mother's lair, but it is far more comfortable. You see the walls? I covered them in lacy webs. Is it not beautiful? Oh, don't mind those lumps and bumps. I have had other guests here over the time, and their skeletons stuck in the webs do make such strange shapes after they've been encased in webbing again. Here. There we go. Now I will rip off my mother's web. Her weaving techniques are so outdated. And I will wrap you up in a new silken web. There you are. Ah, you are free for perhaps the first in a long time. How does it feel to feel the air on your skin? Even if it is just for a few moments. But lie there and be a good boy for me. Yes, good. I will wrap you up now. First starting at your feet. Oh, but let me take off your shoes. It must be so uncomfortable to have been wearing them for so long. Ah, that's better. Now I will wrap up your bare feet. Oh, do you feel how soft my web is on the soles of your feet as it dances over and around your toes? Over your feet and your legs, up to your knees and your thighs. Around your hips and your waist. All the way up to your chest. And your arms, we cannot forget those. Cross them over your chest, or put them at your side. Yes, very good. I will wrap them up and encase you in my wonderful silken web. Ah, is that not grand? Far better than my mother's sticky webs. No? Ah, but I will leave your head free for a few minutes. I am not so rude to not converse with my guest before tucking them in. You just lie there on the floor, looking up at me as I stand over you, seeing my legs arching so gracefully. Do you like them? Everyone always compliments me on my legs, and that is a very special compliment indeed, when you have 8 of them. Ah, but it is a shame that my mother kept you so long down there, and wasted your flesh so easily. I cannot imagine keeping a man as a pet. Oh, how tiresome that would be. Of course, we arachne should care for our men, but keeping them around for so long, oh, how dreary. I personally prefer to keep mine around for a few days, perhaps, but not much more. I cannot stand a man for more than a few days. Ah, but in those days, you and I will have much fun together. Now, here, have some food to eat, and drink some water before I wrap up your head. Oh, I have been very hungry these past days. It always happens, though, to my kind, when mating season begins. My web works wonders in capturing all the critters down here. But now, my dear, let me encase your head in my white web. I'll just lean over you and get a little bit closer. There now, let me wrap up your neck. Around the top of your head and over your chin, your forehead, your mouth, your eyes. Goodbye, my dear. You will see me again. And your nose, leaving nothing but 2 small little holes for you to breathe out of. We wouldn't want your meat to go bad now, would we? I do much prefer to feast upon a living prey, or, at the very least, a fresh kill. Wonderful. Now, let me just attach a long silky rope around your feet. And I will string you up in my web, hanging by your feet from the ceiling of my lair, right here. That way, as I lie down to sleep, your head will swing and sway right beside my arm. And then, during the night, if I wish to, I may cuddle you, so that you can keep me warm in the darkness of this old, drafty temple. Oh, you and I are going to have lots of fun, my little pet. At least for a day or 2. Unlike my mother, I am much quicker at mating and killing my prey. But for now, I will say good night, and tomorrow our fun will really begin. Wakey, wakey, my little pet. I hope you didn't sleep too terribly, tied up upside down in my web, hanging this way and that from your feet. What a sight it was to wake up to. You hanging just a thread away from my face. How wonderful. But I promised you that today our real fun will begin. And do you know why that is, my sweet little morsel? Today I will be preparing you for mating, after which I will consume you. Isn't that splendid to hear? I cannot wait. Do you know exactly how a spider consumes her prey? No? Well, my dear, after some hours of vigorous mating, with you hanging still from the ceiling, for you need not take an active part in it. I will do all the work for you. I will take your seed, and when I am done, I will crawl around you
and encompass you in all of my legs. And then, ever so gently, I will bite down into your neck and inject you with the most wonderful venom. Your heart will race faster than it ever has in your entire life. And then your insides will begin to get hotter and hotter as your body and your blood, your organs and your bones begin to liquefy in my wonderful silken cocoon. And then, after some time, I will suck out your wonderful juice and consume your beautiful, sweet body, wonderfully liquefied. I don't know about you, but I simply cannot wait to enjoy you. But first, I will make you very comfortable indeed. After all, you will be hanging there for some hours more whilst you impregnate me with tens of thousands of beautiful little spider children. Let me take you down. You need to regain some blood flow for our upcoming debauchery. Let me place you onto the ground. There you are. It must feel good to lie down on solid ground, rather than hanging suspended as you have been all night. But do not worry. I will hoist you up once I have replaced your cocoon. Oh, let me take off your web. Does that fresh air not feel marvelous? Wonderful. Now, let me tear off your clothes. It will make the next part much easier. Oh, this old tunic of yours. It does not look so modern. No doubt it is some musty old garment that my mother has given to you. Oh, you poor thing. She dressed you up like a little doll, like one of her past lovers. Let us be away with this hideous tunic. That is much better. To see you in your full glory, fully exposed and helpless, down here in my humble little lair. Oh, sweet thing, do not look so scared. You and I will have much fun before your demise shall come. It will be worth it. Sweet darling, just think of our children. Your sacrifice will be so worth it. You will die and I will eat you, yes, but our tens of thousands of beautiful little spider children will go on and live full and happy lives because of your selfless sacrifice. You are such a good little thing, for giving me so many children. Now that you are under... Oh, but do not try to run. Where do you think you're going, you silly little boy? You cannot escape me, especially not in my own web. Do you think that you can possibly run when you stick to every surface down here? You cannot go anywhere, my dove, for your wings are clipped, and you are kept here in my cage. But you will be released, at least in some way, once I am finished with you. Now, come here. Oh, do not struggle, you poor thing. Come here. Oh, what a shame that you have only 4 limbs, and I have 8. Well, I suppose 10, if you include my human arms. 2 spiky, strong spider legs to hold each one of your flailing little limbs down. How does it feel to be pinned down on the floor by such a magnificent arachne such as me? Everyone always compliments me on my legs, you know. How strong and beautiful they are. Oh, but sweet little thing, you must be getting cold. And I am, quite frankly, tired of having to restrain you and stop you from running. Let me wrap you up in a new web, so that I may hoist you up and hang you from the ceiling once more, and then we may get to our mating. How wonderful does that sound? Come, let me wrap you up. There, my dear. Feel my soft web encasing your entire body. I'm sure it will provide some comfort, despite your impending demise. There we are, all done. I will leave your eyes and of course your nose so that you can breathe, for I would like to look in your eyes as you father me many children, and I would like to see the light leave them when I am finished. Now let me attach another silken rope to your feet, and I shall hoist you up, into my web at the perfect height that I may have my way with you. Perfect. Let me just check that the rope is tight. Wonderful, my pet. Now, there is but one thing left to do. I must make a small hole in your cocoon, over your groin, of course, and then we shall get down to business. Perfect. You look wonderful, my little morsel. So wonderful that I could just eat you up. Oh, but come here. I am not so heartless. Let me kiss you. Ah. Do not cry. Ah. You are sweating. Are you nervous to be close to me? But do not fear, my dear. For now, our fun will truly begin. Daughter? Get away from him! How dare you steal away my precious little pet? Oh, my darling. Unwrap him now. He does not belong to you. How dare you defile the sanctity of my hospitality and rip an esteemed guest from my web? Oh, daughter, your actions are unforgivable. Mother, what are you doing down here? You are trespassing in my lair, and you shall not steal anything from it. This little morsel that you've been keeping in your web for days on end and doing nothing with will not go to waste. His seed and his meat. You had your chance. Now they are mine. He shall father thousands of my children, and then I will devour his wonderful, liquefied body. And there's nothing you can do about it. You old crone, past your prime. You claim that you've given up the life of an arachne. You've given up on men, given up on birthing children, and devouring human prey. I don't believe it for a second. You were once one of the most fierce arachne in all of these lands, and you took such pride in your work. There is no way that you would give up such glory and such a wonderful life. You think that by acting good to the humans now, you will have some sort of redemption? Oh no, Mother. You've killed far more than I have. And now it is time for me to catch up. Get your spindly little arms off of him now. He is mine. Stand back and let me take him. Look at you. You've tied him from the ceiling already and prepared him to mate. You waste no time in your debauchery, do you? I thought I raised you to treat guests better in your home. What? You thought to mate him just here and now, without even caring for him or preparing him? You little devil. How dare you treat him so? Even if you were going to mate him and kill him, you know that we have rules, and that our mates must be cared for and honored. But this one, my daughter, this one you will not have. Now stand back, and I will take him back to my lair, and I shan't ever see you again. I'm sorry, Mother, but that just will not do. It is too late for me to find another mate, and he is just so scrumptiously prepared already. Get out, or, Mother, trust me that I will defend my prey and my home. You would hit me in my own lair. I would hit you anywhere, daughter, if you behave yourself like this. Now, get away from him. You will not have him. He is my darling, and he will come home with me and be wrapped in my web. Oh, my darling daughter. I'm sorry that it had to come to this. My sweet child. Oh, how my heart breaks. I am a failure of a mother. To have raised you to act so. Oh, but you are my burden. Your death is my fault. Not only because I was the one to kill you, but because I raised you so. I should have been a better mother. Oh, my dear, dear daughter, I am sorry. Rest now in my arms. Oh, you silly thing. You should know better than to get in the way of an arachne, and one that she has claimed. But I could not let you do those terrible things to my little pet. And now you will no longer hurt, and you will no longer hurt anyone else. Forgive me, my child. Oh, but you, my dear little thing, she did not hurt you, did she? Oh, I'm so glad that I got here in time. Oh, let me hold you close, my sweet little thing. Oh, but you are wrapped tight in her web and hanging by your feet. How barbaric. Let me take you down from there, and let me hold you close. Oh, you poor thing. Let me unwrap you from her web. Come here. I'll take it off, don't worry. Oh, there you are. Oh, my dear little thing. She's undressed you too. But where is that tunic I gave you? Come, I will find you something to wear, and then carry you back home with me. Oh, but
Where is that tunic I gave you? No matter. There are no clothes here. We will need find you something new back at my home. Back at our home. I will carry you naked, do not worry. I will hold you close to my furry body, and you will ride on my back, and I will take you home, back to our wonderful little lair underground, where you will be held and wrapped and cared for until the end of your days. Oh, my sweet little pet, let us go and live our life together. Oh, my darling, come here to me. We have returned home now, and you are exhausted, you poor thing. Let Mother Spider wrap you up in her web. Let me hold you and take care of you and nurse you to sleep. When you wake in the morning, we can deal with any pressing issues there may be. But for now, you must sleep, my darling. Oh, my poor little dear. Lie down in my soft silken web and let me wrap all of my web around you until you're tightly encased in your warm, comforting cocoon, ready for sleep. Oh yes, wrap you all the way up so tightly, little thing. Keep you nice and safe and secure for the whole of the night in your warm silken web. Oh, my dear, now let me hold you, wrap my legs around your cocoon, and keep you warm for the night, and let me whisper into your ears a bedtime story for my good little pet. Oh yes, Mother Spider knows many good stories to help put you to bed. Once upon a time, a spider and a flea dwelt together in one house and brewed their beer in an eggshell. One day, when the spider was stirring it up, she fell in and scalded herself. Thereupon, the flea began to scream, and then the door asked, "Why are you screaming, flea?" "Because the little spider has scalded herself in the beer tub," replied she. Thereupon, the door began to creak as if it were in pain, and a broom which stood in the corner asked, "Why are you creaking for, door?" "May I not creak?" it replied. The little spider scolded herself, and the flea weeps. So the broom began to sweep industriously, and presently a little cart came by and asked the reason. "May I not sweep?" replied the broom. "The little spider scolded herself, and the flea weeps. The little door creaks with the pain." Thereupon the little cart said, "So I will run." And it began to run very fast past a heap of ashes, which cried out, "Why do you run, little cart?" "Because," replied the cart, "the little spider scolded herself, and the flea weeps. The little door creaks with the pain, and the broom sweeps." "Then," said the ashes, "I will burn furiously." Now, next to the ashes there grew a tree, which asked, "Little heap, why do you burn?" "Because," was the reply, "the little spider scolded herself, and the flea weeps. The little door creaks with pain, and the broom sweeps. The little cart runs on so fast." And thereupon the tree cried, "I will shake myself." And it went on shaking until all of its leaves fell off. A little girl passing by with a water pitcher saw it shaking and asked, "Why do you shake yourself, little tree?" "Why may I not?" said the tree. "The little spider scolded herself, and the flea weeps. The little door creaks with pain, and the broom sweeps. The little cart runs on so fast, and the ashes burn." Then the maiden said, "If so, I will break my pitcher." And she threw it down and broke it. At this, the streamlet from which she drew the water asked, "Why did you break your pitcher, my little girl?" "Why may I not?" she replied. "For the little spider scolded herself, and the flea weeps. The little door creaks with the pain, and the broom sweeps. The little cart runs on so fast, and the ashes burn. The little tree shakes down its leaves, and now it is my turn." "Ah, then," said the streamlet, "now I must begin to flow." And it flowed and flowed along in a great stream, which kept getting bigger and bigger, until at last it swallowed up the little girl, the little tree, the ashes, the cart, the broom, the door, the flea, and, last of all, the spider, all together. Shh, 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 shh. It is time to sleep, my little pet. Time for you to rest your weary eyes. Close them and let me sing to you a lullaby and lull you to sleep with my singing and spinning.
itsy bitsy spider crawled up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the itsy bitsy spider crawled up the spout again. Shh, 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 my pet. It is time to sleep. Good night, my darling. My sweet little dear. Feel my tight embrace, and feel my legs wrapped around your cocoon, and listen to the rhythmic sound of my spinning, and let it lull you on to sleep.